Hello, hello. Welcome to episode 66 of the Lorethrough, and today we are doing essentially a boss rush. Alright, I know I said that last time, and I even amended it last time. It's not really boss rush, but when you're at Lene's Rise, pass the time until nightfall, and you'll get access to a secret nighttime boss. And this is who we will be fighting. Because of course we will be. And this guy's a meanie. There's ways to juke him off of this bridge if you're really concerned about him. I'm going to try to fight him mildly legitimately, so. Come here. Aw, shucks. Think I don't see that shoulder check. I see it coming. Doing the jump attacks, because they take little to no brain power. Ah, I thought I had outranged it. But we're doing good damage, thanks to the frostbite. Gotta worry about that roll. Mostly because he does a big sweeping attack and it's long enough that he can hit you the front of the swing or the back of the swing. And I've been hit with all parts of that swing. That's probably the easiest time I've had with this guy in a while. Even on higher level characters. Maybe today's gonna be the good episode. Okay. So now we can go back to Lene's Rise. This isn't like the ideal direction to approach it from. Maybe it is. I feel like on the opposite side of the bridge, over here there's a grace, right? On the far end of that bridge. And that gives you a great restart point for the boss fight. However, the boss that we're looking for, he's on this side of the bridge, hanging out. So, say what you will. Oh, from that boss, we received an Ash of War. An excellent Ash of War. Called Bloodhound Step. Bloodhound Step has been rather infamous. As we can see, it's got Darawil and the Bloodhound Knight kind of character on it, so associated with them. And it's like a quick step or a dodge, but it goes farther. Now, they did add a patch a good while ago, I should say, that made it so if you spam quick step or Bloodhound Step, you have diminishing returns on distance travel. But if you mix it up with like a single roll in between them, you're usually okay. Huh, I always thought he was closer. Well, looks like we're pissing him off early because he's already turned around. Oh god, I can't see. Where are you going, buddy? Yeah, do physical attacks. We can handle physical attacks. There we go. Those face attacks are so important for the big damage. Oh, that's tasty. Oh, he's gonna be pissed now. Hanging out in front of him is good because it encourages him to do physical attacks that aren't stomps. Oh, did we break his posture again? Wow. Best Dragon Slayer in the world. Two big old pickaxes. There we go. That worked fairly well. Wow. Are we going to finish this boss rush before the 10-minute mark? I mean, I won't be upset. I would love to get to the next lore-intensive part. I feel like we've earned it. Okay. Wow. So yeah, that's how you fight dragons. Take a decent-sized weapon that has good posture damage, and hit him in the head as often as you can. If you have something that has like I'm trying to think of a weapon that has an overhead heavy. I feel like the only things with overhead heavies are like uncharged colossal swords. Like, you're doing the heavy attack, but it's not charged up, right? Well, I should probably go at this next one with a blunt instrument. But I don't know which one. Guess I could do this one. Yeah, we can do that. We can hope. We can pray. Because blunt damage is supposed to be really helpful on this guy. We didn't use any ver flasks, but we have an obscene amount of money now. I should honestly be popping the scarabs. Unironically. I shouldn't use that term too much. It's kind of been ruined. Which is rather unfortunate. We'll leave it like that for now. It's coming up here. We can also use the, Did we really never grab this? Wow. I should probably go check to make sure we killed the, a certain beetle that's down the hill, actually. Maybe we haven't gone through this area. I find it interesting that we see all these signs of some sort of mausoleum, corpses in architecture of the Beastmen, right? So it seems that whatever the Bestial Sanctum was a part of it, I wonder if it was a part of Farum Azula and maybe it fell into the ocean or something. At least according to what we understand at this point in the game. We can come up with all sorts of theories. Now, I thought there was a big old beetle in this area. Oh, there he is. I hear him. Oh, shoot. These are two different styles of weapon. They are not paired. Somebody was probably screaming at me the whole time I was suggesting that I use this weapon. And we find a level 9. Maybe I'll use the piercing. Maybe I'll regret it. I don't remember what the gargoyles are weak to. We've seen the backside of that gargoyle before. I don't think we've fought a gargoyle yet. This might be our first. Well, we'll see how poorly it does. If it really comes down to it during the fight, I need more damage, I'll switch to the single great hammer and make that work. But I digress either way. So, the nice part though is that we can have a friend. Pop one of these. We have war crimes if we absolutely need to cheese him. That damage isn't horrible. Rude. Whew. I'm getting lucky. Oh good, the wall blocked it. Oh, sick. Give me that. Damage isn't horrible. So maybe the magic is making up for it. Ah, I shouldn't have jumped. Oh! Should not have approached. I've never used that thing. That halberd, now that I'm thinking of it. Does it have... Does it have black flame stuff on it? I mean red flame stuff on it? I feel like I can dodge his sword easier, but now that I say that, I'm probably going to regret it. There it is. Yeah, my damage just kind of fallen off. Whew. That means it's hammer time. Does this do much? No. Oh, he's wholly resistant, isn't he? Ah! The damage isn't too favorable. Oh, that's the end of our healing, so we better make it count. Oh, short weapon. How did that not hit us? I bopped him on the hand there, y'all saw it. Uh-oh. I mashed the roll too late. I felt it. I was holding the controller in claw grip and hitting the B button with my joint like a weirdo. Alright. Let's see what could work better against him. So he's the Black Blade Kindred, right? Now, what would he be weak to? Now, he's full of that black corpse wax, so I think he's pretty imbued with Holy. So probably Blunt. He has a gargoyle. He's made of stone. Is there an element that might work? So we probably want to use Strike, and Magic also seems like a good pick. I wish we had another Great Mace. Yeah, they're both in the Hammer family. But I guess they're not paired. Maybe it's because one's Strike and one's Pierce. That's funny. I never tried to do anything like that before. Well, I did get the Brick Hammer earlier. So maybe that's what we'll end up using. Oh, that's even shorter, but it will have to do. Yep. It will have to do. Alright. Can we still light roll? No. Or medium roll. Shucks. I believe in us this time. I hope I don't end up regretting this. And I want to use one of these bad boys. Should give it a little extra oomph. Okay. It looks like more damage. About 200? Maybe? Oh, God. I don't know how we dodged that, but we did. We are doing better, though, I feel, on damage. Oh. Alright, we're doing lots better on damage this time. Come on, Lutel. Do your job. There we go. That was a lot better. I don't know if that counted in time, but still 114k, plus many more Ks. Let's look at the items he's dropped. I'm glad I had a spare hammer to switch to. I forgot I grabbed that for this character. I grabbed it because offhand hammer is supposed to be a pretty good thing to use in PvP, and I just hadn't played with it yet. Do I plan to use this character for PvP? No, but I might try out what they can do at some point. Alright, So, right, weapons. Gargoyle's Blackblade, bronze greatsword wielded by valiant gargoyles, mended with blackened corpse wax. Such is the mark of those who serve Malekith the Black Blade. Bronze halberd wielded by valiant gargoyles, mended with black corpse wax. Again, such is the mark of those who serve Malekith the Black Blade. Seems interesting that he's keeping this fellow here, the Beast Clergyman. What does Malekith the Black Blade have to do with this fellow here? So we saw he was using the Black Fire, right? And I believe we've seen the Vulgar Militiaman also using that Red Flame, not Black Flame, Red Flame. Red Flame is slightly different from Black Flame, though they seem to both burn. Red Flame specifically, the Red Flame, it seems is the mark of the Rune of Death, possibly. Because it's a part of the Black Knives moveset. I believe we saw that briefly in the Black Knife Catacombs against the boss there. I could be wrong. I could be mistaken. So why does Malekith want somebody posted outside, a big old gargoyle plus an army, defending or keeping locked up here Gurrank, the Beast Clergyman? Though we've, I believe, fought him briefly once, and I think he can totally toast if he wanted to. Alright, let's hand him 2 more death roots.
Strange. There's something else. The death yet quenches. Bring more.
So we get the Beast Roar and Bestial Vitality. Beast Roar is a pretty nice Ash of War. I think it's dex scaling even. Ash of War grants an armament the keen affinity. Yep, so it's a dexterity scaling one fundamentally. I think if you want the roar to hit harder, you need dex, I think is what's going on here. There's Ashes of War like that, like Flaming Strike, Flame of the Red Mains, those Ashes of War, the fire ones, at least those 2 brand of fire, I believe the Ash of War themselves hit harder if you have better strength. Things like that. So unleash a beastly roar, rending the air as forward traveling projectiles. So it comes out quick, hits in a straight line, has range. It can be useful for a last hit in PvP. And he also gave us an incantation. So Bestial Vitality, which is much the same as Bestial Constitution in terms of description, except for this one allows one to restore HP over a period of time. Now this bad boy only takes 12 faith. Which means, if you don't... Yeah, here's dragons again. Bestial Sanctum, Fairmuzul Beastman, dragon torches on the walls. There's some tie in there. Okay, back to what I was saying. If you can afford just 12 points of faith, you can wield a great number of good things. Oh. Oh, Gurrank's pissed. Oh, we haven't fought him yet. I was talking out of turn. Oh, boy. Alright, so, the Beast Clergyman is a big jerk head. A huge jerk head. The biggest, in fact. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna have the damage to put up with him, but we will give it a good old college try, I suppose. But he's gonna be angry from the get-go. Okay, we did enough damage to him. Kind of funny I knocked us over. But the pain seems to have snapped him out of it. Now we can see, and we weren't able to see before, that he's got a weapon there. It's the Cinkadea, or the Chinkadea. Depends on whoever you are and however you wish to pronounce it. But he had that weapon, and he was, sure enough, using Bestial Incantations. It's huge when he uses it, and we can see that thing on his hand way better now, just because he's extending his arm a bit. And it looks like a disc. Yeah, it looks like a disc with runes in it, and honestly, it almost looks like the 4 circles that were on that cobblestone we were looking at the start of the episode. And then it's got that big red gem in the center there. And it looks like it's like partially in his hand and then roped down as well. Hard to say. It could be just strapped to the outside and it's just pressing, right? It's like it's bound tightly. But it looks like some of the ropes even going around one of his fingers there, his ring finger. Kind of interesting. But he fights us, and after you deal, it seems like a 1/10 of his total HP bar. It could be a different amount. That he roars and succumbs, and the fight seems to be over. You can't lock onto him anymore. Let's talk with him.
Put it away. I won't forget again.
So he seems to have conquered himself a little bit.
Appetite. My sin. So please. Enough.
So he seems to beg us to stop fighting him, right? I don't think it's because we are actually posing much of a threat to him. I think it's because he doesn't want to hurt us. He kind of likes us. We're bringing him Deathroot. We're finding it, pulling it up, and bringing it to him. When he doesn't seem to have all of his mental faculties to get that done. For some reason. Maybe it is the Blackblade Kindred that keeps him here, and Gurink is too large to sneak off properly. Now we've defeated the Blackblade Kindred, so he should be able to go as about as he pleases, but maybe he needs us to find a Deathroot. Maybe there's a good reason he keeps himself here. Maybe he is prone to bouts of madness where he attacks anything nearby, and so he keeps himself here to keep that in check. There's a lot of ideas you could go with, or a lot of places you could go with that. I'm surprised we were able to take him down so well. But normally I have to hide outside the door and hit him with a little bit of poison or something. Okay. He says the same thing. So if you sit down at the grace, he should properly reset. And he'll be back here. Give him a chatting to. He doesn't have much to say to us. But we did get to see his weapon briefly. So, despite his mottled clothes, his cord wrappings, he has the Cincadea, which do I have on this character? I do! Let's read it. Short sword given to high-ranking clergymen of Fair Missoula. So there's that through line again. Beastmen of Fair Missoula. Raises potency of bestial incantations. The design celebrates a beast's 5 fingers, symbolic of the intelligence once granted upon their kind. So why is a Blackblade Kindred basically a hench person of Malekith keeping Gurink the Beast Clergyman here? A Beast Clergyman, a ranking clergyman of Fair Missoula. Questions abound. We don't have answers yet, but alright, I think we're done with Dragon Barrel. We're basically done with Caelid. Now we can freely head to Redmane Castle, and we'll go through Redmane Castle. Maybe we'll kill or go fight Radon next episode. So here we have these. You can use this to just enter outright the castle. Am I going to? No. I want to explore the outside. I believe, yeah. So this castle and its surrounding has 2 instances. There's this instance where it seems barren, and there's another instance where we have enemies and siege machines. So we'll keep our eyes open for that. There's an item up there that we see. I think there's something we can loot around back. Yes, there is. Well, maybe I can't, but you certainly could. Alright, Smithing Stone 3. Honestly, looks like they're carved in supplies here. Shovels, picks. They were definitely trying to build fortifications. The Redmanes against Melania's clean-wrought army. Makes you wonder what the forces were. It makes me think, just because of the nature of clean-wroughts, how well armed they are and how sophisticated they are in combat, that perhaps there were far fewer of them than there were Redmanes. Big old bolts. Chunky bolts. Likely for ballistas. But we get up here, there's nothing we can do about this front entrance. And this side is nothing to gawk at. Quite the construct, though. They like putting castles in crazy places in this game. And granted, if you can have a castle at all, why not put it somewhere cool? Who cares if it's convenient? Now, granted, it's supposed to be defensible. And to be fair, this is somewhat defensible. You can't really get over here, save by that bridge, which... honestly, it looks like it's of the same style of construction as the castle itself, which makes me think this castle existed during the an earlier version of the Saint Tree stratum, given that brickwork. And that the Redmanes have simply commandeered it for their defensive Caelid against Melania. And we find a level 6 smithing stone there. It's kind of funny how we find 2 smithing stones so far apart level. The other one was level 3 and that one's a level 6, I suppose. Kind of funny how these mid-game levels have a lot of smithing stones of different levels, like they're trying to catch you up, and as well as push you to your upper limit in terms of weapon upgrade. But I digress. Oh, almost didn't make it there. Good thing I saved a jump. We have bats back here for some reason. I guess I surprised the first bat. I don't need to kill him. I could be running past him, honestly. Alright, so coming around the back here. There's a gap, so mind that. You don't want to fall off. We have a beetle. As well as some more bats. I always do that. I always jump as soon as I think they're going to be in range, but they get that first little run. Flaming Strike. Okay, that's an excellent one. Highly recommend. Oh. Yelled right in my ear. Get the big rune, the little rune, and the Michaela's Lily by this tree. So there's a little standard graveyard indicating yet again that this is probably not a part of, or this construction was not by Langdale. They like the catacombs. That's where they bury their dead. At least their more beloved dead, so that they can return to the Erd Tree. Though I think it was for as many dead as they could get together. So it seems that they use the bodies of the dead to not only feed the minor Erd trees, but the major Erd tree itself. So over here, we have a door that we cannot open, so we must take the ladder. But hey, we got Flaming Strike, which is arguably my favorite Ashet 4 that you can slap on a weapon. I really like Flaming Strike. It looks cool. It hits twice. If you angle it, it can combo other players. It's another one of those situations where if you aim your character, the earlier part of the secondary strike will hit sooner. There's nobody here. Nobody at all. But we can hop down there. And there's, for some reason, the summoning pool for this area. I don't think there's anything for us to grab up here. We can work our way around, however. Over here. We hear a choir singing. Which is kind of neat. Yet again, Godric's soldiers tied up. Did Godric's men get all the way this far? Oh, there's an item here. Smithing Stone 5. Armor Cookbook 5. We'll look at that in just a moment. So it seems interesting that they have a, well, we don't know it now, but a sparsely populated area. We don't know why just yet. Come on. There we go. And we can't open this door, can we? Nope. Cannot open that door. Not yet. Let's look at the cookbook while we're thinking about it. Don't worry, we'll end this part soon. Maybe slightly over 30, but not much. We can make immunizing cured meat and white cured meat, which I believe are the ones that help you resist fire. Or not fire. They are made by, oh shucks. I was healing, how rude. Yeah, immunizing white cured meat? Is that it? I thought there was 2 types of immunized. There it is. So the regular and the white. So both of these help you boost immunity. The brown one helps you resist it longer for a shorter period. Or sorry, it helps you resist it better for a shorter period of time. The white one resists longer, but not for as much. So potency with plus, or sorry, potency, shorter duration, less potency, longer duration. Seems to have to deal with the color theory of this game in bit. And there is a video by Hawkshaw on YouTube about all the color theory of the game. Red dealing with vigor, blue dealing with intelligence and mana. The more concentrated and darker a color is, the more it reflects that thing, but the more fleeting it becomes. The more pale something is, the more everlasting but weaker it is, etc. Neat stuff like that. Okay, so we are in this courtyard now, where there's those 2 locked doors, or right, we're beside the courtyard, I should say. God, I'm stuttering over myself. And there's lots of stuff you can loot. There's a couple things you can fight. The nice thing is that these Lion Guardians do not come back. Can I get a surprise shot off on one of them? Goodness, I really wish I had, that somehow hit him anyways. Yeah, I'm not upset. Why would I be upset? I'm getting free damage. Wow. I mean, it is free. That one didn't even hit at all. I just hate fighting 2 of these guys. Are they losing track of me? Usually I feel like they're a lot more dodgy than this. At least the one in Fort Gale was. This is probably so much fun to watch, dear viewer. You're right. I should just poison them with war crimes and be done with it. So we get a level 4 Somber Stone, which is nice. And another level 4 Somber Stone. And they're gone. We don't have to deal with them ever again. They are an enemy that does not respawn. But they have, it seems, mandatory drops. Okay. So, over here, we have a Site of Grace that we will grab and rejuvenate at, and we will make battle plans for next time, which will be exciting. But here's what we have to look forward to. It looks like we have a collection of fellows. We'll see you next time for episode 67, I believe. Wow. Yeah, 67. So I thank you for joining me. I'll see you then, and bye-bye.